Hey guys, today's video is going to be the sweater weather tag. I know this tag is a little bit old school, but I really wanted to do it. If you're new here, hi, my name is Emily. If you enjoy mommy related content, I would really love it if you would subscribe to my channel. We are getting so close to 100 subscribers, and I'm just going to remind you that there will be a giveaway once I hit that goal, so be sure to click that button so you'll have the chance to win my giveaway when that goes live. And without further ado, let's get into it. So I know this tag is typically done on more beauty related channels, which I do have, but I was looking over the questions and I felt like a lot of them were more lifestyle, so I decided to put it on this channel, so I hope that's all right. I was looking at a lot of different fall tags, trying to decide which one I wanted to do, and I settled on this one because for me, November is really when sweater weather hits. After Halloween is when I start to feel a little more cozy and pulling out a lot more sweaters. I've been burning more candles, that sort of thing, so I thought this would be the perfect time to do this tag. So the first question is favorite candle scent. I have two favorites I wanted to share with you today. I know I did a whole video that was a candle haul and then my favorite fall scents, which I will link in the eye above, but the ones that I have been burning in my house the most since that video, the first one is this DW Home Pumpkin Rum Scented Candle. I picked this up from Home Sense. I burnt this so much and it looks like it's hardly went down. This candle is going to last me forever. It just has a beautiful warm pumpkin scent, but that rum in there really cuts it down from being like a little less of your classic pumpkin scent. It says it's spiced pumpkin with brown sugar and notes of tart apple with cinnamon sticks steeped in rum, and I just love the way this makes my home smell. The second scent I wanted to share with you is actually a Scentsy bar. I do have a Scentsy burner in my kitchen. I don't have it on all the time because I do prefer lit candles, but when the kids are running around, well, one of them is running around, Wyatt's not even crawling yet, but you know what I mean. With kids around the house, sometimes it's not always the safest choice to have an actual candle burning. So that's when I opt for my Scentsy, and this is my favorite fall scent that I have, and this is Honey Pear Cider, and it smells just how it sounds. You can definitely smell the sweetness from the honey and the pear, but then the cider notes of like cinnamon really make this more of a spicy scent, which I love in my kitchen. The second question is coffee, tea, or hot chocolate. I actually like all three of those. Once the colder months are upon us, I really enjoy hot beverages. I could be convinced to have a cup of coffee pretty much whenever, even though I try to only drink it in the morning. My favorite way to drink coffee is just your basic Folgers coffee. That is my favorite. I don't like anything too fancy, but my favorite creamer to add into it is this Coffeemate Café Moka creamer. This stuff is amazing. I haven't put anything else in my coffee since discovering it. I was being super healthy and only having like skim milk or almond milk in my coffee, and that was it. And then I discovered this and it all went downhill. So this is what I've been having. It's definitely not the healthiest for you. There is quite a lot of sugar and fats in here, but it's so good, and that is my like true indulgence of the day is my coffee, so I'm gonna keep using this. I am Canadian, so when we do go to Tim Hortons, which I think is like a strong Canadian tradition, I do get their steeped tea. That is my favorite drink from Tim Hortons. I actually don't like Tim Hortons coffee. Can I be Canadian and say that? I just can't drink it anymore. I could when I was younger, but it upsets my stomach so much. I just don't like it, but their steeped tea is really, really great. And then in the evenings, if I'm having a cozy night in, watching a show or a movie, I do really enjoy a cup of hot chocolate every once in a while. Question 3, what's the best fall memory you have? And I don't really have like one specific fall memory that like stands out to me. I remember going apple picking as a kid, which was always really fun, especially if you waited a little too long to go and you had to like climb the trees up to the top to get the good apples. That was always really fun. I had horses growing up, and horseback riding was so much more enjoyable in the fall for me, except the horses usually act a little silly when the wind picked up. My mom used to call that the fall friskies. But it was so much more fun to ride in the cooler weather as opposed to like in the spring. It's wet and muddy and not that enjoyable. Summer was way too hot. Winter, you were so cold. Once you jumped out of the saddle, you discovered that your toes were ice cubes. So for me, riding in the fall was my favorite. And other than that, I don't really have any specific memories in the fall that I could think of actually. Fall is always my favorite time of year, so I feel like things always get kind of jumbled up. I always enjoyed the back to school season when I was younger. Last fall was when we announced our pregnancy with Wyatt, so that was fun and exciting last year. But yeah, that's all I could really think of. Number 4 is, which makeup trend do you prefer, dark lips or winged liner? I like both, like on certain people. On me, I prefer the dark lips trend. Although like on a whole for fall makeup, I usually prefer like a warm eye and a nude lip. But if I were to pick between those two options, it would definitely be the dark lips. Winged liner, I just can't get to look good on me. My eyes are two different shapes. When I go to do a wing, they either never match, or it's getting kind of smushed on this side, or they're too straight and make me look like really squinty. I just can't get it to work on my eye shape because they are two different shapes, if that makes sense. Like I can get a wing to look good on this eye and a wing to look good on this eye, but then they don't match at all because my eyes are two completely different shapes. Number 5 is best fragrance for fall. I personally love the Elizabeth and James Nirvana Black perfume. Nirvana Black is described on the Sephora website as a warm and spicy or woody spice scent with keynotes of violet, sandalwood, and vanilla. This fragrance has been a firm favorite of mine over the last few fall and winter seasons. It has a depth to it that for me makes it a little too heavy to wear in the warmer months, but once the weather cools down, I always pull it out, and it does kind of remind me of the fall season now that I have done that so often. And the other scent that I have just gotten into this fall is Gucci Guilty. Gucci Guilty has notes of geranium, pink pepper, lilac, peach, amber, and patchouli. It's definitely less heavy than the Elizabeth and James Nirvana Black, in my opinion. It's described as more of a romantic scent and less of a spicy scent, so if that's what you are more into, then I definitely recommend Gucci Guilty. Those are two of my fall favorites. Question 6 is favorite Thanksgiving food. For me, it's stuffing, specifically my stuffing. Growing up, I never liked stuffing or dressing. I know it's kind of a family thing which one you prefer to make. Dressing is potato based, stuffing is bread based as far as I know. And I actually did a full video on how I make stuffing for my family, which I will link in the eye above as well. Other than that, I do like sweet potato casserole, even though it's definitely not the healthiest. I like everything about Thanksgiving. I am perfectly happy with a super basic turkey dinner with like some vegetables, mashed potatoes, gravy, that sort of thing. And then if people bring things like sweet potato casserole, or I haven't really had green bean casserole or anything like that, like a lot of people mention in these videos. I have never had that before, so in my family we have a pretty standard like basic turkey dinner for Thanksgiving. 7 is, what is autumn weather like where you live? I live in Nova Scotia, Canada, so we have like the stereotypical fall. It's really windy, the air is really crisp and cool. A lot of mornings now, especially, there's frost on the ground, all the leaves change color, which is why I really wanted my engagement photos to be taken in the fall, and we are getting married next fall. I will link that video above as well. Lots of linking to do. But I just love the way the leaves look in the fall, and that is probably why fall is my favorite season. It's just so beautiful here. Even now that I'm living in the city, there's still lots of trees here. It's not like a concrete jungle like what I imagine New York to be like, except for Central Park, of course. But I just love looking at all the colors that fall brings to the table. 8 is most worn sweater, and that's definitely the one I'm wearing right now. This is from American Eagle years ago. I don't even know how old this is. I wear it all the time, all year round. Basically, if we have a chilly day in the summer, I'll break this sweater out. I'm surprised it's not worn out, but it's exactly the same as it was when it was new. Like the sleeves and stuff haven't gotten all worn out or anything. Still has all the buttons on it. I'm famous for losing buttons and then never bothering to sew them back on. It's just kind of like a cardigan, but it's much thicker, so I do wear it as like a proper cozy sweater. It's just a really great layering piece. Next is must-have nail polish for the fall. I have a few, but for right now, I just bought the KL polish in Chloe, which was from her fall collection. It's what I have on my nails right now. It's like a dark army green type of color, and I'm loving it. When she first launched her fall collection, I didn't like any of the colors, and then when people started, posting their own pictures of them wearing them, I just fell in love with this color. This just screams fall to me. I don't know why, but it is absolutely beautiful. There are 2 other color families I tend to lean towards in the fall. The first is like my burnt oranges and coppers. I wear these around Thanksgiving. This is Essie's Leggy Legend, which is a really like orange toned copper glittery shade. And then this is OPI. It's a Piazza Cake. This was from their Rhone collection last fall, I believe, or maybe the fall before that. It's just a standard burnt orange type color. And the third kind of color family I like to wear in the fall time are these really dark reddish shades. This is Sally Hansen Cinnasnap. It's just a beautiful, super deep red. It dries on your nails much darker than it looks in the bottle. And then this one is similar but a little more pink. This is Fahrenheit from Formula X. You can buy this at Sephora. Also dries a little bit darker than what it looks like in the bottle. 10, football games or jumping in leaf piles. Jumping in leaf piles for sure. I remember doing that as a small kid. Obviously, once you get bigger, it's not so fun because you just thump on the ground really hard. Football games, I'm not a big sports person. My school was so small, we didn't even have a football team growing up. And then in university, because I never had any experience with football games, I never went. I don't watch it on TV or anything, so definitely jumping in leaf piles. 11 is skinny jeans or leggings. If you would have asked me this a year ago, I would have said skinny jeans all the way. I used to love denim. I have so many pairs of jeans, it's probably ridiculous, which reminds me, I need to do a clothing declutter so bad, so nag me in the comments to do that and I will make it a video. But especially now that I'm home with the baby, leggings all the way. Even if they're not like the tight leggings, but just yoga pants in general, or your standard black leggings. I also love like the sweater look type leggings, fun leggings. I'm all about the leggings now. 12, combat boots or Uggs. Combat boots, definitely. I'm probably going to get a lot of hate for this. I'm sorry if this is offensive to you, but in my mind, Uggs equal ugly. I think they are so ugly. I get it. They are warm. They are comfy. They're like hugs for your feet. I know. I've heard it all. So many of my friends wear Uggs, but I just can't get on board. I never could. I've never owned a pair of Uggs, even in high school when I feel like they were all the rage. Will never, ever be wearing Uggs. 13 is pumpkin spice worth the hype? And I like pumpkin spice lattes. Actually, I've only liked the pumpkin spice latte from Starbucks. I've tried a few other ones that I just didn't think were nearly as good. I have made a cinnamon pumpkin spice pull apart bread dessert thing in the past, and that was absolutely delicious. I think it's good, but people go crazy for pumpkin spice, and I don't think it's, that great. Like, I don't go out of my way to get a pumpkin spice latte every day. I haven't even had a single pumpkin spice latte this year, which I should probably get on that. I feel like I should have at least one, but like, it's good, but I don't think it's worth all the hype that it gets every single year. 14, favorite fall TV show. How could you pick just one? All of the good TV shows come back on in the fall. The Walking Dead, Grey's Anatomy, Stranger Things. I'm getting more into Stranger Things. I watched the first season when it came out, and I'm currently about halfway through the second season, but I think it's really good. I don't think I love it as much as a lot of other people do. The Good Place is good. I'm also pretty behind on that. Right now I'm watching Nashville. I don't think that's on TV right now. It might be, but I'm watching it like on Netflix, and I've been loving that this fall. Riverdale is back. I stopped watching it in the first season because Jeremy wasn't that into it, so it's still on like my list on Netflix, and I really want to get back into that because I really enjoyed it. But yeah, there's probably even way more than I'm mentioning now, but those are the ones that I could just think of on the top of my head. Lastly is, what song really gets you in the fall spirit? This is probably so ridiculous, but Wake Me Up When September Ends by Green Day. I specifically remember growing up every year this song would start playing on the radio just before school started, and I personally loved the back to school season. After like a few weeks, it wears off, but like getting to see all your friends again, getting new clothes, back to school shopping, like the whole process I just absolutely loved. And when this song came on the radio, it was getting closer, and then it plays all the way through September, and I just love it for that reason. I'm sure you've all heard it, but that is definitely the song that gets me in the fall spirit. Fall is coming when you hear that on the radio. So that is everything for this video. I hope you enjoyed this tag. If you haven't done this tag before, I would love it if you did it and let me know in the comments below. I know it's a really old tag, but I thought it would be fun to do it. I've been really enjoying watching like old school tag videos. I miss the old days of YouTube. Things are just way too overproduced now, in my opinion. But give me a thumbs up if you liked it. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!